We're going live. Okay, I think that we're live. I think we're live, and we are in the living room, and it's not the snow. But thank you for hanging out. We had a couple of technical difficulties. Tay couldn't get her snowshoes on in time, but we're here. We have an amazing musical guest today. Peter Finger is going to be by, and I am blocking the fire with my notes. So what if I put my notes over here? Is that better? Is that better? Or am I still blocking the fire? I'm still blocking the fire. Okay, well, I got to move this way. Anyway, you know what? The fire's behind me, and you don't need to deal with it. We're just really glad to be here. It's Thursday. I want to take a moment and honor a friend and colleague and fellow singer-songwriter and just overall beautiful, brave person, Carolyn Messina, who left us early this morning. Later, at the end of the show, you'll hear a little bit of Carolyn's music. She was a buddy from New Jersey. I wish I had known her better. She was a brave soul fighting cancer for a long time. Let me just read you a little bit about Carolyn. Carolyn Messina was an inspirational songwriter that touched so many lives with her honest lyrics and catchy melodies. Her songs are just as infectious as her spirit. She performed many concerts and hosted open mic at Rest Stop Rejuvenate, inspiring the community. Carolyn will be deeply missed. Her songs live on in us. So, oh man, just sending love to her parents. Can't even fathom losing a child. So, our light and love goes to Carolyn Messina and her family today. I'm going to play a song. I'm going to play a song written by someone who's very close to Carolyn and myself. Lorraine Farrow and I wrote this song a few years back. It's called One by One. It's about changing the world with a smile. It's all about connection. I see you and you see me, starving for affection. We really need each other. Forgetting to remember, it's just a social disease. In this together, separate us and we suffer. The 100th monkey was just some flunky, for you said you cared, but you took the tipping point. You changed everything by being there. It's alchemy plus chemistry. You change the world when you smile at me. We can wake a nation that's gone numb. One by one. It's all about perception. What you believe is what you see. The world is your reflection. Is it the best it can be? Everybody's different, but every heart is the same. Wanting forgiveness, wanting to be whole again. If you've been listening but keep insisting who you are is not enough, take one step, one day, give somebody one hope, watch them, lift them up. You're the flame, a heart on fire. Oh, you know you inspire every living thing under the sun. Yeah, yeah. One by one. listening, but keep insisting who you are is not enough. Take one step, one day, give somebody one hope. Watch it lift them up. You're the flame, a heart on fire. Come on, you inspire every living thing under the sun. Well, I said every living thing under the sun, one by one by one by one. It's all about connection. We really need each other. Yeah, we do. Can't do this world alone. Okay. Thank you to Positive Grid and our sponsors for the Guitar Cloud Symposium 3.0. We just got done with that last weekend, and it was, I think it was the best one yet. Thanks to my fellow colleagues, Jennifer Batten, Gretchen Men, Angela Petrilli, and our newest instructor, Daniele Guitardo. Wow, he can play some stuff. It was just really inspiring, and we had over 2.5 hours with Steve Vai on our Monday night rap party, who shared so much amazing, deep, cool, spiritual-wise stuff that I'm still like digesting it, and I'm sure everybody there was. So that was such a gift. We have a deep dive coming up, which is a one-day, January 16th. 4 instructors. We're each gonna dig into one of our guitar heroes. So I'm gonna do one of Joni Mitchell's 57 tunings. We're gonna look at that tuning, and we're gonna learn. I'm gonna show you 3 songs in that tuning. Jennifer's gonna do Jeff Beck. Gretchen's going to do Jimmy Page, and we have Jude Gold coming on to do his deep dive into Van Halen. It's going to be a crazy day. You can find out more about that at our website, Guitar Cloud Symposium. I want to just I'm going to spit a little bit. Thanks to everyone involved. It was an amazing thing. We're not on the porch, but we're here in the living room that Tay is turned into a really beautiful holiday den. A den of holiday, and I would love to know some of your holiday traditions, some things that you just do around the holiday times, or you did, or you made up your own traditions, and or I would like to know cookie recipes. Even if you don't want to give the recipe, just like what's your favorite Christmas holiday, Hanukkah, what's your favorite Kwanzaa cookie, or baked good. Let's say baked good. How about that? I haven't even thought about it. I've been so just crazed getting through this symposium and life, which is always happening, I know, but I haven't thought about cookies until today. I'm starting to think about cookies, and I was actually starting to salivate a little bit as I was putting this show together today, because I was thinking about cookies and pictures of cookies. So there you have it. Let us know. Please share. Right now, I'd love it if you just share this post, let people know what we're doing, share the live stream. We're trying to grow this show. I'm going to keep it going. So there you have it. Here's a holiday Here's a holiday tradition I found that I really liked. And maybe we can start doing this next year. When Christmas is over, we de-limb our tree and cut the trunk into small logs and bundle them with twine. We dry the logs for 1 year in our garage. The next year, we burn the Yule logs in the fireplace on Christmas morning as we open our gifts. A wonderful tradition. I think that's really cool. Anyway, this year we don't have a live tree, but we have a tree that's been handed down, so we love it. I want to share 3 stories today of how people are giving. It just feels like I feel like I want to talk about giving, ways that people are giving, not only during the pandemic, but during this holiday season. And I'm going to start with a story of an amazing artist from New York City. Guy Stanley Philoche is a New York City artist. Whether in the form of visual imagery or music, dance, or poetry, the vivid power of art to take us out of the moment and uplift us from despair is a reminder that hope endures. And my phone is on. Unfortunately, as essential as art may be to the soul, with money spread thin between food, rent, and other must-haves during the lockdown, for many former patrons, being able to buy art is no longer part of the equation. This realization that so many creative people were struggling was the catalyst that spurred New York City-based painter guy Stanley Philoche, whose own abstract canvases can command in excess of $100,000 each, to launch a one-man crusade in support of his fellow artists. The art world is my community, and I needed to help my community, Philoche told CNN. People say New York is dead, but it's far from that. There's an artist somewhere writing the next greatest album. There's a kid right now in his studio painting the next Mona Lisa. There's probably a dancer right now choreographing the next epic ballet. People forget about the artists in these industries. In March, Philoche posted an Instagram shout-out to artists around the world, asking them to send images of their work. Since then, he spent in the neighborhood of $65,000 and purchased over 150 unique works of art from both friends and total strangers. His only criteria is that the art speaks to him. Do we have that video, Tay? I'm just going to show you his Instagram video. It's really precious.
For those who don't know me, my name is Guy Stanley Philoche, and I'm an artist for New York City. I'm in my studio, and I just want to say a couple of things really quick. Past 20 years, New York's been extremely good to me due to all my collectors and my amazing gallery, Cavalier Gallery in New York City. So with that said, I just want to say to all my artist friends right now, I'm looking to buy as much artwork as possible. I just want to do my small part. I've been an avid collector for over 20 years. So if you are an artist, an illustrator, or a sculptor, and you have little small pieces that you're looking to sell, I'm buying as much artwork as possible. I'm spending about $200 per piece. So DM me some samples of your work, pass this video along. You know, as an artist, we need to look out for each other. So this is just my way of doing my small part. Stay healthy, keep making art, and talk to you guys soon. All right, bye.
And in the spirit of giving. Yeah, amen. Hey, I know that there's snow in the New York City area, and particularly in Brooklyn, and we've got our weather woman, Kelly, standing out there. So let's bring you on. Kelly Bedwell.
Oh, I almost forgot to unmute my mic. Can you hear me?
Tay says you're still muted. I do hear Kelly, though. Oh, never mind. Never mind. You're good. Go.
Okay. Good afternoon. This is Kelly Bedwell reporting to you from WKFU, your Brooklyn weather station. I'm here in the Kensington neighborhood of Brooklyn today. And yeah, it snowed yesterday. And I so wished that the weather report was yesterday so I could be standing there in the sleety snow, and they're just so beautiful. It gets real dirty real fast here in New York. So anyway, as you can see, we didn't get as much. They're like, 1 foot of snow, 18 inches, blah, blah, blah. I said, yeah, right. Let's see if we get 2 inches. So we got about 4 to 6 inches. And what I want to talk about today is that I was looking for something to talk about regarding climate change, and I couldn't focus, which leads me to started thinking about just the mental health issues around this time of year and the winter time. You know, with people staying indoors and lack of sunlight, people get down. I personally have my own mental health issue called bipolar 2 disorder, and it affects me. So I just want to say, check on the people that you know. And if somebody's down, suggest that they go out for a walk or, you know, do something to uplift their spirits. It's hard enough at the holidays. And now with COVID and everything else, times are difficult. So just want to say that, oh, look, there's my car. And there's Claire cleaning the car for me. I thought we were going to have to dig out the car, and I was kind of looking forward to that, but there's not much there. Anyway, Anything else, Vicki?
No, thank you for standing and, being in the snow with us.
I wish it was windier and snowier and weathery. One day I'm going to get my dream. I'm going to be out here in a snowstorm or out here in the pouring rain and thunder. Anyway, this is Kelly Bedwell reporting to you from WKFU. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I gotta get it. Boom.
Awesome.
I hit her. I got it.
Thank you, Kelly.
That's it. Hey, bye.
Bye. Gotta love some Kelly. Okay, here's another giving story. Paying it forward. I love this. At Dairy Queen. What began as a single act of kindness ignited a chain of good cheer stretching 900 cars long. A Dairy Queen restaurant in Brainerd, Minnesota, was the scene of the Pay It Forward chain that lasted nearly 3 days. The store manager, Tina Jensen, was excited on December 3rd when a man said he'd like to pay for the car behind him. So she gave the heartwarming news to the people in the car and then asked if they wanted to do the same. If you like, I can pay it forward and you can pay for the order behind you, and we can just keep this going, Jensen recalled in an interview. She's like, really? Why would he do that? She agreed to make that Thursday a lucky day for the car behind her, and after that, the next car kept paying for whoever came next. Jensen says one lady, she was so excited, she threw us a $20 bill almost in tears. Are you serious? This is really going on? I said, yep, you are about 125 cars into it. She said, for real? Can you believe this? The longest chain in this drive-thru ever experienced was 15 to 20 cars, but in 2020, with the holiday spirit in the air, everyone wanted to keep it going. Tina posted it on Facebook, of course, and people started driving to the restaurant just so they could participate. All day Friday and most of Saturday, they kept coming and paying the tab for the person next in line. The record ended up at 900 cars, with $10,000 in sales from selfless customers who passed up the opportunity to take a free meal for themselves. Very cool. So I'm not really driving anywhere, but if I were, I would be doing that. We're gonna bring on our musical guest, and sometimes I know that I talk a lot, and I know that you just probably want to hear music, but I just got to say a few things about Peter Finger. My first trip to Germany touring was in 2001, and very shortly after that, I met Peter, and I was told that Peter's kind of the guitar guy in Germany, and indeed he is, has been. And Peter graciously invited me to perform at a concert that he founded and produced called the Open Strings Guitar Festival, Open Strings Guitar Festival. And it was really my first exposure to a large audience in Germany. And our friendship followed from that, and I continued to do lots of different kinds of things with Peter over the years. I've got 2 albums on his record label, Acoustic Music Records. I've played on various international guitar nights that Peter produced, and had the luck of being featured in his magazine, Acoustic Guitare. So Peter has done so many things throughout many, many years. He is an entrepreneur to the max, and he is an amazing musician. So so happy to see Peter, and hopefully his wife Odile at some point. We're gonna have him come forward and play some music for us. Peter, welcome.
Hi, Vicki.
Hi, hello from Osnabrück. Yeah.
Hello from Osnabrück. It's 6:20 in the evening right now here.
So you're missing your dinner.
I'll have a dinner later.
Okay.
But I hope I don't miss my favorite TV show.
Okay. I saw Odile for a second. Is she gonna come back?
She will come back.
Okay. Peter is a man of many, many talents, and I think his biggest talent was choosing Odile for his wife. Do you agree, Peter?
Yeah, this was the best day in my life when I met her.
So, hello, Odile. So,
Hello, hello.
and now we hear that you are playing trumpet. Is this correct?
It is correct,
So,
yes.
we have to, you have to come back someday and play
Sure,
together with Peter some trumpet. Yeah?
sure, I do that.
We love it. We really want it. So, so good to see you, Odile. Um, Peter, just tell before you play your first piece. I know that your father was an orchestral conductor, and
Yeah.
I think that influenced some of what we hear when we hear you play guitar. Would you think?
Well, I have a lot of influences. Of course, in my youth, I tried to avoid the classical music when I picked up the guitar, because I had, in some way, I have to find a way around my father. At that time, I still played the violin, the classical violin. I still play it, but well, I couldn't play without reading the music. On the guitar, I just started playing without the music. I can improvise and anything, but on the violin, I can't. And well, yes.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
No,
Please.
you.
Next question, please.
No, play us something because when I hear your music on guitar, I hear an orchestra. Not to say you sound like your father's music, but just I think you've incorporated such a
Yeah.
large concept of production in your guitar playing. I don't know how to say it, but play it first. What will you play for us to start?
I'll play a very old piece, which is called Niemandsland. It means no man's land, and it's kind of a theme because it has a lot of different influences, from classical to jazzy and bluesy and folky music. So I'll try. We have this pandemic here, like you. I don't know if you have it over there.
Oh,
We have a
yes.
lockdown here for quite a while, and so I didn't play a lot recently. Well, this is Niemandsland.
Peter, that's gorgeous.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Are you still wearing you still taping the finger picks?
I tape them for concerts when it's hot, when I got all the lights and so on, and sometimes I'm sweating a little, and if I sweat, if my fingers are not really dry, they fall off, and what would you guess where they fall?
Into the guitar.
Into the guitar. And I have a problem on stage.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow, just a beautiful sound. So you have also a venue called Luther House. When did you open that venue?
I opened that venue like 14 years ago in 2006, actually. It was like the house next to our company's house was a convention center owned by the church, and it was very old, and they wanted to tear it down, actually. And there was a big company interested in buying the whole area and build new buildings for apartments and so on. And I was interested. I once was in that house and saw this beautiful stage, and I saw myself sitting on the stage and practicing. So we had serious talks to the church, and we were able to buy the house from the church.
Wow.
And it was a lot of work to do because the house was not in a good condition, but somehow we made it, and I'm very happy. It's a nice house, and we made a kind of a cultural center out of it. But now, of course, we don't have any concerts and nothing. But it's fine. It's fine because actually with these concerts, we don't make any money. It's more a support thing for musicians from our label or friends, and good music. We try to get good music in the house.
Yeah, and I've played there once or twice myself, so it's a beautiful, beautiful space.
Yeah.
Play us another song.
Another song.
Yeah.
I tried this one. This goes back to the 90s when I was touring in the US once a year, and it was mainly California, actually. And so I thought a good title would be 101 South.
Yes. Bravo. Bravo, bravo,
Are you still
bravo.
there? I can't hear you, Vicky.
Okay, bravo. Did you
Yeah,
hear,
no,
can you hear me?
okay. Yes, yes,
So-
now yeah.
Do you have something like 101 South in Germany? What would it be?
It would be the A1. Terrible, terrible highway.
Oh,
Germany's longest parking spot.
yes, at one point I got out of the car in the middle of Stau or traffic and took out the guitar and played a concert.
Oh yeah, really?
I'm not sure if it was on the A1 or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
So this was inspired by California trip. I know you've traveled all over the world. Peter, do you have a favorite place that you've been?
Well, New Jersey would be. No.
Stop. You know I'm from New Jersey.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to say. There's so many beautiful countries, so many beautiful venues, and I mean, Italy is great, a great landscape, and I think, but I also think I must say Germany is a good country for touring and for concerts with a good audience. And well, I don't care so much where I play. It's just the audience is not so different, and also the number of audiences is not so different. I mean, we make a very special music, and so you got a very special audience, but it is limited.
We call it the niche.
Yes.
Yeah, like a special
Niche market, yes.
niche market.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do many other things too. I mean, it's not, it has been music for almost 40 years now, touring and composing and producing. And then I mean, now I'm a luthier more than a guitar player, actually.
Yeah. How did
And
that happen? Did you always want to build guitars?
Yes, I always wanted to build a violin because my first instrument was violin, but I was too young actually, and then when I turned 14, I picked up the guitar, and 2 years later I got a very good chance to build a guitar because my friend, I was still playing in a rock band, but my dream was to have a nice acoustic guitar, and my dream actually was a Martin OM28, a wonderful instrument.
Yes.
I still think it's a great instrument, and but at the age of 16, it was unaffordable for me. So my plan was I built myself my own OM28.
At age 16?
At age 16 and or 17,
Wow.
sometime at this age, and there was a good chance because my best friend until this weekend gave me his guitar, his electric guitar over the weekend. I wanted to try it out, and there are different models of electric guitars. Some are, but this had a screwed-on neck, and I had a screwdriver. So I took the neck, and I bought some plywood and anything I needed, and built a box around it, and I put the neck on the guitar. Of course, I didn't screw it on. I glued it on, so it's safe.
And then you gave the guitar back to your friend with no neck?
With no neck. But I mean, the story before was that I gave him my bicycle for a week and got it back without the front wheel. So it was kind of even.
Well, could he play music on your bicycle? Or could...
No, on this guitar, it was my first guitar. It was a little hard to play, but it sounded bad and looked bad, but it was my own. And actually, I recorded 2 albums for the American Cooking Mule Records label.
Wow.
and it was in the beginning of the 70s. And one of these albums was my most successful album.
Wow, I didn't know this.
Yeah.
What's it called? I have to get it.
No, please don't. I don't remember this. I don't like to remember this. It's an album with only bottleneck music or slide guitar, and slide guitar can be very good if you can handle it very good.
Yeah.
I was just a mediocre player, but I was young and needed the money, so I made the album.
Great. So now you're building guitars. You said to me you're very busy building guitars now.
Yes, I get lots of orders. Until 3-4 years ago, I only built guitars for myself. But then somebody wanted urgently a guitar from me, and I sold him one of mine, and then he told it to his friend, and then the next one came, and so now I get many orders.
Wow.
And I enjoy it so much because my goal is to learn, to learn things, and with every guitar I learn so much, and it's so satisfying.
Wow.
So I spend a lot of my brain is filled with guitar lutherie, and at the moment there's not so much space for composing. No, that's fine.
Yeah. If you feel excited about building the guitars, they're very special instruments. I know.
Well, yeah. And what I want to do is to be independent. So I compose, I play my own instrument, I have my own recording studio, I have my own company to market everything, and I don't need anybody. And
except Odile.
Yes, you're right.
Don't get carried away, Peter.
No. She's sitting there, and I tell you a secret.
Yeah.
I love her so much.
It's no secret, by the way. And we love her too. Not the same, but we still love her. Will you play us one more, Peter?
One more, a ballad.
That would be great.
This is actually a ballad dedicated to my mother, who passed away already 20 years ago. But it still hurts.
Yes, it does.
This is called We'll Meet Again.
Beautiful, Peter. Beautiful. Where can people go to hear more of your music?
Well, I have a YouTube channel. Just type in my name, and I think you will find something.
Great.
And well, I don't know. Maybe on our no, go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Fine. Mm.
You can also find out much more about Peter on his website too.
Yeah. I'm not very active, on the internet.
You're
I'm
busy
more
making
guy.
guitars.
Yes.
But I gave people the link to your website in this, so they can find you there too.
Okay,
and
great.
YouTube.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for spending time with us today, Peter. Can we say a quick hello to Odile? Will she come and
Yes.
say hi to the people?
Yes, of course. I hope she will become famous.
I want that.
Okay.
Yes, she.
Odile.
Thank you for your nice words.
Oh,
Thank
we
you.
miss you guys. We
Love
really
you.
miss coming to Germany, and we miss seeing you.
Did you hear my words? You can prove I said I love her, huh?
It's recorded. It's now going to be on Facebook and YouTube forevermore that
Okay.
Peter loves Odile.
Okay. Good.
So until we can meet again, bis später, we will see you and have some drinks together.
Stay warm, and thank you for having me on your show.
Yeah.
And see you next time, hopefully in Germany.
I hope so. See you next time. Bye, Odile.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, we've had some fun times traveling together with Peter, and yeah, miss those guys. So it'll happen. It'll happen. I'm just going to read you one more quick story about giving. There's a lot of Secret Santa stories. I read something this morning about a Secret Santa somewhere that gave a woman who is not so well, ailing, up in age, working at McDonald's, and a Secret Santa in her town gave her a brand new car and $5,000 worth of gas cards. That was a beautiful story, and here's one more. Christmas came early to the town of Canton, Mississippi, when a generous and very secret Santa picked up the tab for more than 300 Layaways tickets at the local Walmart. Do you remember the days of Layaway? My mom used to put things on Layaway. I guess people still do it. So a donor who chose to remain anonymous approached the store's management and made an offer they had no reason to refuse. The jolly old elf volunteered to make good on every Layaway ticket they were holding for customers who had yet to pay or fully pay for their merchandise. The exact amount of the donation has not been revealed, but guesstimates are that Santa laid out a sizable chunk of change to ensure his neighbors' holidays would be merry, bright, and a whole lot more stress-free. In a year that's been especially hard for people, those who benefited from Santa's generosity are truly grateful for the gesture. In the spirit of the season, the store passed on the good cheer to a pair of local toy drives and the hunger relief organization Feeding America, putting an extra helping of Merry Ho 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 in the holidays for some folks who needed it most. Speaking of Ho Ho Ho, I forgot to put a link, but I will. Tonight, our dear friend Everett Bradley is doing his yearly Holidelic show. It's an amazing show if you have never seen it. You get to see a virtual version of it tonight. It's going to be crazy, as all his shows are. He is uber talented and has an incredible gathering of uber talented performers to do a holiday. He's Papa Holidelic. Anyway, check out Holidelic tonight. It's good. The information will be on Facebook. He'll be broadcasting from Facebook, and I'll put a link after this. You guys are all great for hanging with us. We appreciate you. You can make a donation today, if you like, to Vicki and to our unit here. And if not, just give something, even if it's just a smile, to somebody. And like that. Here's a quote for the day. The meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. Pablo Picasso. We're going to end today's show with a song from Carolyn Messina. So thanks for being here. We will be here next week. Next week is Christmas Eve. We're going to have our dear friend Sean McGowan play some guitar for us. He's a player who just goes, everyone. Sean is a jazz guitarist, if I had to put him in some box, but you will be blown away. He will play some Christmas music for us. And I just recently, just today, we had a version of one of my versions of Joy to the World released by the Tonewood folks. I created a new arrangement of that, so that's up on all my social media platforms as well as the Tonewood Amp platform. Thank you, Mary, happy, love to all. We'll see you soon. Rest in peace, Carolyn Messina.
I got time on my hands, shoes on my feet, a tank full of gas and a head full of dreams. Where will they take me today? I got a 20 in my pocket, a tuned up guitar, half-written songs in a pile on the floor. Oh, what to do today? I take a drive to the beach with the windows down. It really doesn't matter, no one else is around. Sing a bunch of songs at the top of my lungs. It's a lazy day, nothing needs to get done. So I pack my car, set my GPS, head down south where there's a little less stress. That's what I'm gonna do today. I take a drive to the beach with the windows down. It really doesn't matter, no one else is around. Sing a bunch of songs at the top of my lungs. It's a lazy day, nothing needs to get done. When my feet touch sand and the sea hits my toes, that'll be the moment when it really shows. There ain't no better way to spend a lazy day.